You know that feeling, right? That little bit of magic we call muscle memory. That incredible ability to do something complicated, like riding a bike or playing a song, without even thinking about it. Well, we're going to dive into what's really going on, because the truth is way more amazing than the name suggests.
I mean, really think about it. You can not touch a bicycle for 10 years, then hop on and just ride away. How does that work? Where is that skill actually stored? It feels like it's in your muscles, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the phrase we all use, muscle memory. It's catchy, it makes intuitive sense, and it perfectly describes the feeling. But that simple name is actually hiding a fascinating secret.
And here it is, the big reveal. That memory, that skill, it's not stored in your muscles, not even a little bit. The real story, the one science is uncovering, is happening somewhere else entirely.
So if it's not our muscles, then where is it? Well, it's all in your head. Literally. The real hero of this story is an incredible power your brain has called neuroplasticity.
So what in the world is neuroplasticity? Simply put, it's your brain's amazing, built-in ability to physically change and rewire itself based on what you do and learn. And I mean physically change. This isn't a metaphor, it's actual biology. Every single time you practice a new skill, you're not just going through the motions. You are physically forging and strengthening pathways in your brain. Think of them like information superhighways. This constant rewiring is what turns a clumsy, frustrating action into something totally automatic.
And it happens in a pretty clear sequence. First, there's that conscious effort, that slow, awkward phase where you have to think about every single move. Then, with repetition, you start paving and strengthening those neural highways. And finally, you get to automaticity. The skill is so ingrained, you can do it on autopilot.
So which parts of the brain are actually doing all this heavy lifting? Well, it's not just one spot. It's actually a whole team of highly specialized brain structures all working together in perfect sync. Let's meet the crew.
Right, so learning a skill isn't happening in some isolated corner of your brain. It's a full-on coordinated effort across a sophisticated network of different specialists, all chipping in to get the job done.
Okay, so first up on the team is your motor cortex. Think of it as the main hard drive where the blueprint for the skill is saved. Then you've got the cerebellum. That's the master coordinator, making sure everything is smooth and precise. The basal ganglia are the experts at turning those actions into rock-solid automatic habits. And get this, even your spinal cord has circuits that act as a kind of decentralized backup system. How cool is that? Now, this all sounds like a pretty cool theory, but you might be wondering, how can we be so sure this is what's really going on? The answer is pretty wild, because with modern technology, we can actually watch the brain do it in real time.
And the tool that lets us peek behind the curtain is fMRI. It allows scientists to see which parts of the brain light up with activity when someone is practicing something. They can literally observe the brain's physical structure changing as those new pathways get stronger. This takes it all from just a theory to an observable fact.
Okay, this science is mind-blowing, but what does it mean for us in our daily lives? How can we actually use this knowledge to learn new things better and faster? This is where it gets really practical.
Because once you realize you're not just training your muscles, but you are actively being the architect of your own brain, well, that changes everything. It gives you a roadmap to practice smarter, not just harder.
So, this science points to a few key strategies. First, focused repetition. Mindlessly going through the motions doesn't build strong pathways. Quality over quantity, always. Second, mental rehearsal. Just vividly imagine yourself performing the skill activates the exact same brain networks. And third, rest. Your brain actually does the hard work of consolidating and strengthening these new connections while you sleep or take a break.
And this idea is so powerful. Just think of an athlete in a high-stakes game. Their conscious mind might be freaking out, filled with stress and doubt. But because they've used mental rehearsal to carve that skill deep into their brain, their body just takes over and executes flawlessly. That neural pathway is so strong, it just bypasses all the mental noise.
Now, this understanding is doing more than just changing how we practice a new hobby. It's blowing the doors open for some incredible new frontiers in technology and even medicine.
And two of the most exciting areas where this is making a huge impact are in virtual reality training, which can seriously speed up learning, and in physical rehabilitation, where it's offering brand new hope for recovery. And you can see why these new technologies are such a big deal. Traditional practice is great, of course, but something like VR can give you instant, super precise feedback in a totally immersive way.
It's basically like a supercharger for neuroplasticity, helping you build those brain pathways way faster and more accurately.
But beyond just training, the implications for medicine are, honestly, they're profound. For anyone recovering from something like a stroke or a serious injury, this science is a total game changer. It's offering incredible new pathways to recovery.
And here's the beautiful reason why it works so well. That original blueprint for the skill, it's still saved on the hard drive in the brain's motor cortex. That means a patient isn't learning from scratch. They're reactivating and strengthening old pathways. And that's why people can often regain skills much faster than it took to learn them in the first place.
Now, before we wrap up, there's one really critical warning here. Neuroplasticity is a double-edged sword. Your brain is neutral. It doesn't judge. It will dutifully and efficiently wire up whatever you repeat, whether that's a perfect tennis serve or a terrible one. Bad habits create super strong pathways too, and unlearning them is tough.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway. Every action you repeat, every thought you entertain, every habit you form, it's a choice. You are, quite literally, the architect of your own neural network. So, the question to leave you with is this: what are you choosing to build? What are you choosing to make automatic?